and structure errors, making me sound smarter than I am. She knew the Bible verse that would apply to each post and is the co-author of this book. The third viewpoint is a sampling of responses to our CaringBridge posts, responses that either encouraged us greatly, showed how Maggie's accident was impacting others, or revealed to us how God was moving. We literally received thousands of responses to our posts, and they were all meaningful to us, but only a handful are captured in this book. When writing our CaringBridge posts, we couldn't tell the whole story. There were time constraints, and we didn't have all of the information that we now have. There were details and events that weren't appropriate to share. But as time has passed and the situation has evolved, we can now tell a more complete story. 8 years have passed since the accident, and my memory has its limitations. There are certainly things I've forgotten since the accident, but the ability to see God's plan unfold over time offsets any missed details. Our hope is that you will find a new or renewed faith in God through our story. We pray that you will see how God works through a tragedy and that you will gain a deeper understanding of God and His promises to you. We also hope you will see how you can help and support others during a crisis, as so many of our family and friends did for us. Finally, we hope that this book will be a help to you should you ever find yourself in a similar situation. God doesn't promise us a life free of worry or hardship, but He does promise He will walk through the fire with us. God bless, Tad and Wendy. Part 1, Day by Day. Chapter 1, Day 1, the 5th of June, 2014. A knock at the door of the conference room interrupted my 8 a.m. meeting. My assistant Denise poked her head in and said she needed to talk to me. It was strange that she would interrupt a meeting, and she looked like she had seen a ghost. I excused myself from my clients. Something was wrong. As we hustled to my office, Denise told me there was a woman on the phone from Spain who had been trying to track me down for hours. I went into my office and closed the door. My heart racing, I picked up the phone. Mr. Weiss? The woman on the line quickly introduced herself as Morgan Reese, the Director of Student Services at the Council on International Educational Exchange, CIEE, Study Center in Seville, Spain. I'm sorry, but it seems there's been an accident. The blood drained from my face. My daughter, Maggie, had been in Spain for 10 days, just starting a summer study program in Seville. Morgan told me that at 7:35 that morning in Seville, 12:35 a.m. in Minnesota, Maggie had been out for a run and was hit by a bus. She was at a hospital in Seville in serious condition. Morgan gave me what details she knew. I took notes furiously, which in hindsight looked like the scribbles of a first grader. Maggie had been hit by a city bus. They believed her spleen had ruptured. She had a head injury, a broken pelvis, and broken ribs. She was unconscious and in the ICU. I'm a planner by nature. I like to map out strategies and work toward logical conclusions. This phone call wasn't part of the plan. I was shaken to the core and my mind reeled with questions. What do I do? Is Maggie getting the care she needs? Is she going to live? Someone needs to go to Spain right away. Do I go or does Wendy? Do we both go? What about my clients in my business? Who is going to take care of our 17-year-old son, Peter? And how is Wendy going to react when I call her? I told Morgan that one of us would be going to Spain as soon as possible. We exchanged phone numbers and hung up. I went back into the conference room and told my clients that my daughter had been in an accident in Spain. They sensed the urgency of the situation, and I told them I would give them an update when I knew more. Our 5-minute meeting ended, and I went back into my office to call Wendy, the hardest phone call I'd ever made. When I told her the news, Wendy, of course, freaked out. She cried, "No, no, no," for about 10 seconds. Then her motherly instincts kicked in, and she pulled herself together. What do we need to do? We talked through which of us would go to Spain and quickly decided that we both needed to go. I told her to pack us each a small suitcase and grab our passports and to meet me at my office as soon as possible. I would call the airline to get us the earliest flight from Minneapolis to Seville. We said a quick prayer and hung up. There was so much to figure out, and my decision-making was clouded by the magnitude of the news that had just hit me out of the blue. Part of me thought this couldn't be happening, and it was all some sort of sick joke. But I knew the news was true, and it was paralyzing. My daughter was in an ICU 4,300